I'm Barbara Weinrich. I've been a member of Temple Israel now for 63 years.
My name's William Branca. I've been a member since January 2024.
I'm Bernie Kahn, and I've been a member of Temple Israel since 1953.
I've been a member since 2007.
My name is Mark Lichtenstein, and I've been at Temple Israel for 50 years.
So I've been at Temple Israel since I was a kid, on Eli Street.
My name's Jeannie Scher, and we came to Temple Israel in 1998.
I'm Stephanie Shames.
David Shames.
Well, the first time we joined Temple Israel was
1995.
around 1995.
I'm Emily Rye.
I'm Andrew Rye. We've been, I forgot you were there.
I'm Adam Rye. I'm Silly Rye.
We joined in 2015.
My name is Carrington Eugene. I'm the regular security guard for Temple Israel. I've been doing it here now for like a year and a half to 2 years.
My name is Joseph Berrios. I think I joined it around 2019, 2020.
I'm Melody Herman. I've been a member for 3.5 years.
And I'm David Herman. I joined with her.
Something that stands out to me is how many people have taken an interest in my children. And that I think they know everybody who comes regularly, and even plenty of people that don't come regularly. And they really enjoy that interaction, whether it's in the kitchen, at luncheon, or during service. That's what really stands out to me, is that people really made an effort to get not just me, but my whole family involved. Rabbi Neely was very calm and patient with them, and still is calm and patient with them. But they had lots of questions about the Ark and about the things in the Ark, and he actually brought them up and let them kind of tour around inside of it and look under it. And the whole time I was worried, like, oh no, they're gonna do something wrong, but he was just really nice about it. Sisterhood is really coming back strong, and that's exciting to see. And adult education has more and more programs. So I just think it's more going to continue on the trajectory it already is or has. And everybody's going to get more experienced at what they're doing and better at it. And it's just going to continue to grow. Whatever your interest, if you want to get involved, there is something to get involved. And nobody's going to say like, oh, do you have a degree in this? Or are you a professional in that? They're going to find a way for you to get involved. And I really like that.
I think growing up in a Jewish community and then experiencing anti-Semitism at school, I was able to go to my Jewish friends and my rabbi for advice on what was happening, and they gave me advice on how to get through it, and it was really nice. Yeah. Our biological grandparents, they're spread out and they're really far from us, and we don't see them a lot. So I know Karen and Molly Savage have been like a family to us, like as in, I feel like Karen is my grandma. So, yeah.
Temple Israel is the right size to have. We have a rabbi, so we have a permanent leader, but we also have a lot of room for volunteers to do stuff. It feels like home to me because of the way I can participate. I really like singing and I really like reading Torah. And as a woman, there are some synagogues where you can't do that on the bima. But here at Temple Israel, it's as natural for a woman as for a man to be doing that on the bima. I think TI's best strengths are the people, that we have so many people who have so many different abilities and so many different interests that we pull together, and it makes for a great community.
Well, really and truly, the relationships I've built are family-like. Being at services, I became a part of the ritual committee. And with the ritual committee, I gained knowledge and responsibilities. I wish I could explain this community in which we live. I've lived here all my life, as I said, but Most people come to Central Florida to get into the Disney magic, and when they don't discover it, their disillusionment has a tendency to make them reclusive. I do everything I can to make this community be a shining star to anybody that visits or resides. It's just a matter of making sure people are aware we're here for them and for Judaism.
One of the reasons why I accepted this VP of membership is because this is such a wonderful place, a spiritual place for Jews to be.
When I come here, I feel like I'm home. I can't say that other places that we belong, and I'm so glad we joined.
And when we came here, we were surprised and amazed of how the acceptance was. It's like it was open arms, and then we felt like home. And then there were so many different classes, so many teachings, and we were like, oh my God, we were amazed. And that's why we said, okay, we were welcome, we belong here.
Oh yes, for sure. Number one is Rabbi Neely, like an amazing teacher. And as a partnership, he wants to learn with us together. And that is an amazing feeling as a rabbi, as a teacher, that he said, you know what? It's not like, okay, I'm looking at you like, let's work and study together as equal.
It's impossible to talk about Temple Israel without talking about our rabbi, Rabbi Neely, and his wonderful family. He is very warm and congenial, but is such an intellectual mind. It's a privilege to let him educate our children. Well, the beam of furniture I designed and was lucky enough to be asked to make. And I remember then President Lauren Brown trying to convince me to do this job because I had other orders well ahead of what this should have been done. And my son was going to be bar mitzvahed maybe 9 months later. And she says, imagine the feeling of having Sam up there in front of your lectern as he's being bar mitzvahed. And I said, oh, you are a good saleswoman, aren't you? But I think allowing members to still make their individual marks, whether it's a congregant that's been around for decades, being allowed to make a community garden, or a new member coming in and taking over polishing silver. I think that's what I think a temple needs, is allowing members, whether they're past or new, to be able to come in and make their mark almost secretly, because then they can own something and they don't have to be, I don't think you need to be thanked for a task. You just need to be proud that you were allowed to do it.
You know, some of the memories that I cherish years ago, when there was a simcha, a bar bat mitzvah happening, the essentially sisterhood, but friends of the families, would come on Friday, and we would make the tuna and egg salad and so forth, and we also would put out the baked goods for the oneg, Friday night oneg. So one of my good memories always is that when we were arranging the platters with the cookies and stuff, there always were some people who were essentially artists. I've got to call them artists. And they'd say, you can't put a chocolate one next to another chocolate one. You've got to have a chocolate one, and you can't have a round one next to another round one. You have to have this and this. And you should do this in a circle, and you should do this and this. When I look back on that sort of thing, which I thought was hilarious, because as I would say, you know, the first person who picks up the first cookie ruins the design.
It's been really wonderful that Rabbi Neely and his family came. He's such a decent person, and he loves to talk, he loves to teach, and it's just you know, he's very enriching and welcoming.
I'm sure I'm not the only one, but you know, I experienced the support of the synagogue, you know, during a difficult time in my life. Both my parents were quite ill for quite a long time, and the Temple Israel family was very helpful. It was very nice to have that. And the old people, and now we are joining that group. But you know,
Speak for yourself. Yeah.
True. The old people really do adopt the younger ones. You know, we're lay-led, and being one of the lay leaders, I can say that it would be nice if I, for one, had a better voice. But I think it's definitely a strength that our members can run our services. We have a deep bench in that regard. It's like if somebody is not available, there's another person that's able to lead Torah service that day or lead Shacharit. Or if Torah service has begun and I am still parking my car, somebody else takes over. It's all right. American society is very polarized, and we segregate in so many ways. And things like a synagogue bring together very disparate points of view and different kinds of people, because we have a common goal.
I think pretty much everyone loves Rabbi Neely, and I'll tell you another bonus for me has been Rabbi Neely bringing his mother here, Charlene, who is a dear friend of mine, and it's pretty much the only person I ever go out to lunch with. So that's been a really nice thing for me, and for her, I hope.
Feelings of having that this community almost feels like a family, and the closeness that there is, that if you go to one of the services, it's like you become part of the family, and all the life cycles are celebrated, and how everybody helps each other during this period, even if it is from a birth up all the way to mourning. The community is there to support each other.
That's the one thing that I love the most about synagogue in general, but Temple Israel in particular, is I don't feel like there's sometimes a friction between older members and newer members of synagogues, and I haven't felt any of that here. It's all like coming together and building it together, and there's no, oh, I'm worried about the new people coming in to change something. It's like, we're here to build something together, and that feeling for me is incredible.
You know, I always liked the people here, and that feeling never changed. So even coming back, it was the same feeling that we had years ago, because we really didn't want to leave. But when the temple moved to Markham, it was time to go for us. And so there were a lot of opportunities to help. And I remember how vibrant the sisterhood was. And unfortunately, as people aged and COVID hit, it was affected. And I want to make sure that it gets back to what it used to be.
I think Temple Israel's strength is the rabbi and the members are very knowledgeable. Raising my kids here, having my kids here, because this is a smaller congregation and it's a family, it has been a real blessing. Kids are involved. Kids are part of our everyday. Kids are in our programming, in our seders, they're part, and the rabbi is absolutely cool with it. You know, it's almost like he loves kids. So I think he does love kids, and he's just everybody's very open. Everybody's very open with children, so it's a very family-oriented place. Our success, I would measure it with being connected. You know, keeping our Judaism alive, making it part of our everyday lives, and being connected as a family. And as our family, you know, and even as new members come in, to be part of the family. You know, we need to be one. We need to be Temple Israel. We're family.